What's going on, folks? Let's talk for a minute. We got the Eagles coming up on Monday Night Football. We're in an interesting situation, interesting position. We are 8-0, and we're in the driver's seat. Everybody wants to be us. Everybody wants to be where we are. We're on versus the Commanders, part 2. The defense went nuts. I don't think it's going to be that dominant of a defensive performance again, meaning I don't see them getting like 9 sacks like they did last time. I think the Eagles defense will dominate, but not like that. And if they do, Washington has more issues than anybody ever thought. But for the most part, looks like Jahan Dotson is going to play. Chase Young is still most likely out. They're not giving him or giving out any information about him one way or the other. So I would expect him not to play. Doesn't sound like he's 100% yet. Sounds like they're waiting for him to pass certain thresholds that he hasn't done yet that would make them feel safe in putting him on the active roster. So we won't see Chase Young, it doesn't look like. Maybe they could surprise us, but with everything going on in Washington right now with the lawsuit and stuff like that, they just need to keep it simple. Get the boys out there on the field, let them play football, and the chips are gonna fall the way they fall. I don't see any reason why Taylor Heineke and the Commanders should beat us unless we just play stupid. And of course, if we don't tackle. It looks like for us, Avonte Maddox is out, which means we will be experiencing the Josiah Scott experience once again. I'm pulling for this kid. He is a homeboy. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio, my hometown. So I am definitely pulling for him. However, the last few outings where he has been a starter has been suspect at best. There's been some times where he looked like he didn't know what was going on, got beat, trying to recover, just didn't look like he was comfortable quite yet. So hopefully we got some other games under the belt and he can play a little bit more confident and he can be a solid backup for Maddox. If there's ever going to be a game to do it, this is the game. But this is no easy thing. This is a different team. I do think they're going to play a little bit better. Their defensive line is not bad. It's not like we're going to blow them out of the water, but we've been playing smart. And Jalen Hurts has been throwing the ball way above average. So we're killing them with the legs and with the arm. So I'm interested to see if they let Jalen Hurts get out a little bit more so he can everybody's going to be watching film and everybody's looking at how to close down those escape routes like the Texans did against us. Jalen Hurts got sacked, 4 times? 5 times? I think 4 times. And they closed down those escape lanes so he had nowhere to go. So we'll see what's going to happen. I'm predicting that the Eagles are going to win 31-17. But one of the things I did want to talk about is looking on social media lately today. And for some reason, everybody gets on this tangent, and it happens with every team. Everybody gets to talking about what we should do. We got to do this. We got to play that player, and we want to see this person. And it's interesting. I look at it like when you're 8-0, when you're undefeated, people think you're rich. And people want you to do things that you normally don't do. And sometimes you may feel that way, or you may want to give it a try because you can. When you're rich, if you're not a very good driver, somebody will tell you to go out and buy an expensive car. And then you go out and get a Hellcat. You can't control the Prius that you got. So why would you buy a Hellcat? Well, because I'm rich and I can. That's the logic and that's the mindset of people when you just got it, but you don't know what to do with it. I don't put the Eagles in that category. But I'm constantly looking and seeing people. We need to see what Trey Sermons can do. And I wanted to see Trey Sermons. However, that was weeks ago. And now we got a running back who's our true number 1 running back. They're feeding him like a number 1 running back. And he's averaging over 5 yards a carry. Leave it alone. Don't mess it up. We don't need to see Trey Sermons. Trey Sermons should come in if we need him to come in. Then we can see what he can do. That's the way it works. If anything, he's going to take carries from Gainwell. But Gainwell's been running good. And Boston Scott's been running good when he gets the opportunity. I would rather see Boston Scott get the ball more than Gainwell. Everybody wants to see Gainwell because he can catch the ball. All of our backs can catch the ball. We just haven't been thrown to the running backs. So it doesn't really make a difference. So everybody wants to see Trey Sermons, and eventually I want to see him too. We got a big back. He's pretty good. I want to see him run the ball. But not at the expense of what we're doing that's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Very simple. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I don't want to try to force him in there and take carries away from Miles Sanders. I want Miles Sanders to continue to get more than 5 yards a carry. So don't mess with anything. He's a young player. If he don't get his shot, so be it. That's the way it goes in the league. Same thing with Nakobe Dean. Everybody wants to see Nakobe Dean. You know what? I want to see Nakobe Dean, but not at the expense of taking out Kazir White. Kazir White has been as advertised. He has been playing quite well at his spot at outside linebacker. TJ Edwards has been playing quite well at Mike linebacker. Don't change a thing. You plug the pieces in, next man up when you need to do that. You don't throw people in there just to see what'll happen. The exception to that would be Jordan Davis. But everybody knew Jordan Davis should have been in there because everybody saw what Jordan Davis was doing in the preseason. That kid's earned his spot. He hasn't met a center yet that can handle him. You saw it with your own eyes. And once they started putting him in, you started seeing the difference. Now he's hurt. Just guess what happened? Javon Hargraves got in there and just opened up everybody's eyes. And like, wait a minute. Javon Hargrave is the natural nose guard. That's his natural position. Put him there again and let's see what happens. So we don't need to start experimenting, moving people around just for the sake of doing it because we're 8-0. No, when you're 8-0, you stick to the game plan. You stick to what got you there. Don't change a thing unless you have to. You don't adjust unless you have to. When you get comfortable, you try to get cute. You try to do things that you normally wouldn't do. A good example of that is, I believe it was the Jacksonville game where Jalen threw his first interception. And really it wasn't his fault. He threw a screen pass. The running back couldn't hold on to the ball, and they ended up getting a pick six out of it. And Sirianni even said I shouldn't have called that play. Well, but he did. Because we were up and you were trying to be cute, and it ended up costing us. That's the stuff where you step outside of your box and you end up costing the team a win. Everybody's worried about are they thinking too much about going undefeated? No, they're not. It is quite evident the way Jalen Hurts handles his business, the way Jason Kelce handles his business, the way Nick Sirianni handles his business, that they are not concerned about going undefeated. They're concerned about going 1-0. And that's how you got to look at it. And everybody talks that stuff about, well, they need to go ahead and lose one just to get it out the way. No. You keep doing what you're doing, and if you keep doing what you're doing, you should continue to win until you come up against a team that plays better than you do. I said this before last week. I don't want to get beat by a team because we can't tackle or we make some stupid mistake. I want to get beat by a team because we gave it our best shot and they gave us their best shot and they came out ahead. Not because woulda, coulda, shoulda. If we didn't get this play, if we didn't call, didn't get that call from the ref, I don't want to leave it up to chance. I want to be able to dominate and say, we beat that team. Point, period, end of paragraph. And that's what you got to do. You concentrate on going 1-0, And then next week, we concentrate on going 1-0. And that's how you look at it to the end of the year. We got to take care of Washington this week. Then we got Indy and the mess that is Indianapolis right now. Then you got Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, and the mess that is Green Bay right now. Then you got Tennessee. Derrick Henry versus the way we've been tackling. Scary. Then you got the New York Giants, been playing well. Then you got Chicago. Justin Fields done hit the switch. That might be a tough out. Then we got Dallas. That's going to be a tough out. The one thing about Dallas is everybody's saying that we didn't beat Dallas. We beat Dallas with Cooper Rush. Like it doesn't count. And not to mention, don't think that we haven't gotten better as a team since the first meeting. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks after that first game. You think we've been stagnant and like nothing's happened to us? We haven't gotten better. We haven't watched more film. So it goes both ways. And I said early in the year when comparing Dallas to the Eagles, I said the Eagles have the better team, but Dallas has the better quarterback. At the beginning of the year, I believed that. Not anymore. Jalen Hurts is proven he's playing better right now than anybody else in the NFC. He's proven it. He's continued to play like it. He's continued to throw the ball like it. I also said that he doesn't need to be great. He just needs to be good and consistent. Well, now he's been great and consistent. That's icing on the cake. So we just need to not worry about what everybody's saying. Don't get too cute. We don't need any experiments. You play the people that need to play. I'm expecting Robert Quinn to have a pretty good game this week. Nothing's told me that. Watching film, he's had a lot of close calls where he was almost there. And I think this is the week where he's gonna make it happen. So we just need to keep doing what we're gonna do. Keep doing what we've been doing. Play smart. Don't turn the ball over. Force turnovers on defense. And for God's sake, please let's get better at tackling. Just some type of improvement. So this week, I don't want to have 12 to 15 missed tackles. Let's have under 10. How about that? But let's take care of business. And when we're 9-0, we can take care of business and keep it going. All right? We'll holler at you later. Go Birds.